Everybody. It is October, which means that it is Bullying Prevention Month. So every year in October, we take time to focus on bullying prevention, meaning that we don't want bullying to happen. And so we talk about the different types of bullying to make us aware of what's going on and what could go on and how we can be a part of stopping it, whether we are the person getting bullied, whether we're the bullier, or we're somebody standing by. We're going to talk about how each one of these roles is really important to make sure that we understand them and know them so that we can stop bullying from happening. So, first of all, we need to talk about what is bullying. Bullying is intentional, aggressive behavior that is repeated over time. So, sometimes somebody might say something like, "Ugh, your shirt is ugly." And that's not very nice, right? That's not okay to say. It's not very nice. That's definitely one of those things that maybe we should think and not say. But it's not bullying if it happens just one time. But let's say that happens over and over and over again to the same person. That would be considered bullying, aggressive behavior that is repeated over time. And there are 4 different types of bullying. It can be verbal, meaning words that come out of your mouth. It can be physical, whether that's shoving or hitting or kicking. It can be social, if you're purposely excluding someone from a group and saying they can't play with you, maybe at recess or sit with you at lunch. That's an example of social bullying. And then the last one is cyberbullying, and that's a really important one. And nowadays, because we're on our computers all the time, and especially this year, we are on our computers and Chromebooks a lot, right? So we need to make sure that we're aware of what all 4 of these types of bullying are. So to go into a little bit more detail, we have verbal, which is calling people names or teasing. Sometimes you can think, oh, I'm just joking around with somebody, but that's really hurting that person's heart and making them feel unsafe and making them feel like you have power over them. And when that's happening, that's not okay. The next type is physical. So hitting, kicking, breaking someone's things. So if you are intentionally breaking someone's things or grabbing someone's stuff and pretending to break it, that would count under physical as well. Social, leaving someone out, spreading rumors about someone, whispering into someone's ear and telling false things about that person. That includes social bullying. And cyberbullying, that means sending a mean text or posting fake pictures or commenting in a mean way on someone's post. Those things are not okay. All right, so we are going to watch a video about cyberbullying.
When we're mean, we might say or do things that hurt others. We might be feeling angry, upset, or jealous. It could happen once, or maybe even twice. Being mean is not okay, but bullying is much worse. Bullying is when someone uses their power repeatedly to hurt or upset someone. It could be hurting them physically or calling them names and saying hurtful things. So then, what's cyberbullying? Cyberbullying's like bullying, but it happens on the internet or on a device like your phone, which can make it kind of different. With cyberbullying, it can feel harder to escape because it can happen anywhere, anytime. Also, it's easier for cyberbullies to hide who they are. Plus, other people online could see what's happening and even gang up on someone. If you see someone being bullied, in person or online, what can you do? Give them support. It helps to show that you care. Be an upstander. Stand up for others and say something to the bully. Report what you see and tell a trusted adult. So, what will you do if you see cyberbullying?
So now that we've looked at the 4 different types of bullying and can identify those 4, we kind of need to dive a little bit further into, is it bullying? Is it not bullying? I'm just not quite sure. So we're going to run through a couple different scenarios to help you be able to figure that out. So the first one is someone says or does something unintentionally hurtful. And it happens one time. So let's say that maybe you are getting ready to go to the bathroom and you're standing in line and you start walking and the person behind you is just like totally not paying attention and they run right into the back of you and make you go like this. All right, not exactly comfortable, not exactly fun, but they weren't paying attention. They didn't do it on purpose. And so this is going to be what we consider an accident. All right, next time, hopefully they'll be paying more attention. Just a one time thing happened, it was an accident. The next one is someone says something or does something intentionally hurtful, and it happens one time. So that's what we call being mean. And it's never okay to be mean, right? We want to be nice and kind to our friends. We want to be treated kindly just like we want to treat other people kindly. This is just how it works. And so sometimes we tend to say things or do things before we think about them. And a mean word or a mean action might slip out. We're all human, right? We make mistakes. And so if someone does something intentionally hurtful and it happens one time, it's just being mean. It's not very nice. It's not okay, but it's not bullying. So then someone says or does something intentionally hurtful and they keep doing it even after you've asked them to stop. This is what we would consider bullying. So let's say that you're standing in line waiting to go to the bathroom and the person behind you continually hits you with their elbow. Okay, so you put up with it for a little bit and you're like, hey, can you please stop hitting me with your elbow? And they don't say anything and kind of snicker. And then they just kind of continue to do it. And they do it so that the teacher doesn't see that they're doing it. This is considered bullying. It's happening over and over and over again, and it's aggressive behavior. So, in any given situation where bullying is happening, there are typically three people who are involved. The first one is the bully, and that's the person who's bullying someone else. We have the target, that's the person who's being bullied. And then we have what we call the bystander, people who see the bullying take place. Now, a very important role is the bystander because we can choose to stand by and just watch it happen and do nothing, or we can choose to be an upstander. So we're going to watch a video about being an upstander.
Hi there! My name is Zed the Squarehead, and I know that there's a champion in every kid. Big kids, small kids, two-eyed, three-eyed, four-eyed kids, doesn't matter. There's definitely a champion in all kids, but sometimes we forget that. Sometimes a kid will try to feel cool or strong by choosing to be mean to those who are smaller or weaker than them. They might pick on people who can't do or say anything back. They might do it over and over, too. Have you ever seen that happen? Well, that kind of behavior is called bullying, and it's not cool. But you can do something to stop bullying as it's happening. If you know a few tricks, then you can actually choose to stop the meanness right in its tracks. You can choose to stand up to bullying, and you can be an upstander. Pay close attention to this scene. Here's the playground, and here's the bully who's trying to feel cool by picking on this guy, Tar. Now here's a bystander. A bystander is someone that sees bullying happen and doesn't know what to do. And back here, we have Ned. Ned's going to start off a bystander, but when the bullying starts, he does know what to do. He's going to choose to be an upstander. Ned's going to stand up to bullying. And when he does, he chooses from 4 upstanding options. 1. Be a buddy. When Ned sees Tar getting bullied, he shows Tar that he has a friend. Bullies aren't used to their targets having a buddy. It could change everything. 2. Interrupt. When the bullying starts, Ned finds a way to interrupt. Here, he interrupts by asking Tar to come and join him at the electroball booth. When Ned interrupts, he gives Tar a reason to walk away from the problem.
Because he kept saying things, and I was like, I don't know what to say.
Out. This one takes tons of courage. Here, Ned faces the person who is bullying and says, "That's mean. Don't do that." By speaking out about what is happening, it shows that meanness is not welcome. It also gets other people to look, and they might join as upstanders too. 4. Tell someone. Whether it's during the bullying or after it, Ned's going to choose to tell an adult about it. This is not tattling, because he's not trying to get someone in trouble. He wants to keep someone safe. It takes courage and hard work to be an upstander. But by being an upstander, you'll be an awesome friend to someone when they need it most. And the letters in Ned's name can help. N. Never give up on helping your school to be safe. E. Encourage others to be upstanders with you. D. Do your best with all the upstanding ways that you can use to stop bullying at your school. If you know the N, E, and D in Ned's name, you'll probably choose to be upstanding whenever you see bullying. When bullying takes place, you'll make a champion choice to be a buddy, or interrupt, or speak out, and also tell someone. If you do any mixture of those things when you see bullying happen, you'll go from being a bystander to being an upstander at your school.
They're raising the budget for me, not being good for Pat, so I'm really But after Pat left, they're peaches. After Pat left, and it wasn't even good.
Okay, so we just watched a video about what it means to be an upstander. And an upstander is someone who stands up to bullying. They see it happening and they decide to do one of these 4 options. So 1, be a buddy. In the video we saw that Ned came alongside and was a buddy. And that helped him stop the bullying because usually bullies pick someone who doesn't have a lot of buddies around. So if you're a buddy to that person, the chances of bullying happening are a lot less. The second thing you could do is interrupt. Switch it up, change what's happening. So maybe they're on the playground and they're playing a game. You could come up and say, hey, do you want to come play this game with me? Interrupt what's happening. The third option is speak out. Say, that's not okay. We need to stop this. And then number 4 is tell someone. Tell a safe adult what's going on and allow them to help you solve the problem. So sometimes we have a hard time deciding between what's tattling and what's actually reporting bullying. So it's important to report bullying because we want to make sure that we give people the help that they need, right? But we have to make sure we know the difference between tattling and reporting. So tattling is telling an adult to try and get someone in trouble. So maybe your friend at recess shoved you, right? And it's not okay. We talked about how sometimes people do things on purpose and it's not okay. It's just mean. But we need to make sure that when we're deciding between tattling and telling, or tattling and reporting, we need to know which one we're doing. So if someone nudged you at recess and you went to the teacher and said, hey, this person nudged me at recess, you're probably telling them and to get them in trouble, right? And that's not something we want to do. That would be tattling. But reporting is telling an adult to get you or someone else out of trouble or danger. So let's say that you see a classmate being mean and saying mean things over and over and over again to somebody in your class. You want to try to get them out of that situation. So you're going to go tell a safe adult what's happening so that they can help you. So that's kind of the difference between tattling and reporting. Tattling is you're trying to get someone in trouble. And then reporting is you're trying to get someone out of trouble and trying to help them out. So if you need a visual, here is one. So tattling is I am trying to get someone in trouble. Not okay. I can solve this problem by myself, right? Sometimes we want to go to the teacher and say, oh my gosh, they're doing this, when really we could probably use our words and solve it ourselves. And then the last one, no one's in danger. All right, if no one is in danger, then more than likely you're just tattling and trying to get somebody in trouble. However, on the other side is reporting. We want to do reporting to help people, right? So I'm telling someone to keep someone safe, all right? If, again, on the playground, if a classmate is pushing, kicking, and being mean to this person, we want to make sure that they're safe. So we're going to go and tell a safe adult. I need an adult's help to problem solve. So you're kind of at a loss. You're like, I don't know what to do. That's a good time to tell an adult. And someone is in danger. Someone's in a dangerous situation. And so that's definitely when we're going to want to tell an adult. So we've kind of been through what is bullying, what are the types of bullying, what's the difference between tattling and reporting, how to be an upstander. So remember, the next time you see a situation that's not okay, maybe someone's being mean, maybe someone's hitting, kicking, or excluding someone, we want to be upstanders and we want to make the choice to be a buddy, to interrupt, to speak out, or to tell an adult.